Today I wanted to play soldiers, because soldiers is one of my favorite archetypes. I think they're like generally a really wholesome deck, and they're pretty fun. So we're going to do something a little bit different from the other soldier decks I've done so far. Usually I run like Triss, Meteor Shower, and such in this one. But this time we're going to be going with Vilgefortz Renegade. So Vilgefortz Renegade swaps a card from your graveyard with a card in your hand. Opponent's graveyard, I should say. And we're just going to set something up for Illusionists. We have the two Illusionists here. We've got the Ramon. We have Mushy Truffle to make another one. And we have Regift to trigger their deploys again. So that is the idea here with Vilgefortz. We'll get to the options in a little bit, because we want to talk about Yennefer Illusionist. Now, the reason I'm running Yennefer Illusionist is I want to try her out. Usually I go with Triss. You can go both. And the reason that I was inspired to make this deck, by the way, is because I ran into someone on the ladder playing Renfree Soldiers. I don't like Renfree, so we took out Renfree, went with Yennefer, put in the couple other cards here instead, because the deck seemed pretty interesting. So that's why I came up with this idea. Is we ran into someone playing Renfree Soldiers, and like, you know what? Haven't played Soldiers in a while, so we're gonna play it. And I don't like Renfree, but you can run Renfree Soldiers. You cut Heatwave, Truffle, Invocation, put in Vilgefortz, you put in Renfree, cut Illusionist, you know, put Renfree's gangs. Not too bad. But we're gonna go with this version, and the reason we have Illusionist is we spawn with Truffle, Ramon, Freegift. If we have Illusionists out, so I'm gonna count that one. Blightmakers spawn the token. It's not that big, but it still does damage. And we spawn with the Illusionist, so we have a fair amount of spawning in the deck. You can cut the Yennefer Illusionist if you want for something like Triss Meteor Shower. For an Ownermancy, you could put in Dead Man's Tongue. Ownermancy and Dead Man's Tongue are both cards I'd like to fit. I think you could cut Yennefer Illusionist for it. And I just kind of like her, so you can cut Illusionist for that Ownermancy if you want. You can also cut Vilgefortz Renegade, but it's really nice being able to set up Engine Overload with this. And then we've got Heatwave just to answer stuff. Mushy Truffle, like I said, Ramon. We've got Ivar Evil Eye. I really like Ivar Evil Eye. Now, in these soldier decks, sometimes I run Kahir. And the reason Kahir is really good is because against, in particular, Knights, which are really popular and quite good, you just take all their boosts. Now, Ivar is kind of the same, because you want to take all their boosts, you like swap the boosts with him. It's less total value, but it's on deploy, assuming you don't hit the adrenaline condition. And the really nice thing is, Kahir is good and all, but he really wants Fifion out with him, because usually his decks run that one lock, or they run like a movement. And they also run Erendite a lot of the time, and Erendite can kill like a 5 strength Kahir. So while I like Kahir, I think he needs the defender, so we're going to go with Evil Eye instead. They kind of accomplish the same thing. They're good against the similar decks. You just have to remember that Ivar Evil Eye has that adrenaline condition. We're going with Invocation because we are. Freegift has a couple targets just like the Renegade. A Fawn for our leader ability. We've got the 2 Blightmakers, 2 Mage Assassins, 1 Nilfgaardian Knight. I don't know about Nilfgaardian Knight. The thing with it is you can put it in the opponent's graveyard so your Illusionists get a ton of point slam. That's a nice option. That's why it's in here. It's also why we only have 1. I'm not sure that's the best idea, but I want it to be possible. And it's not a bad card to open with either. We've got the 2 Elbow Armored Cavalries for the locks, 2 Pikemen, 2 Crossbows. These are our engines. We're going to swap one of these to their graveyard with Renegade and then spam them out with Illusionist. That is the idea. Then we've got the Ardfen Tortoise just because it's a 4. It's a 7. It's another option we can create with the Vilgefortz Renegade if we want. It's our soldier. And once it gets the armor from the deploy on the leader, it's much better rather than the like if they hit ping it for 2 and they get that 3 boost, it's not bad, but if you get that 4 armor from the deploy, that's pretty good. So it's in here. We got that 1 Peller and an Illusionist. Now before we go into the games, there's a couple cards I want to mention not including here, and the biggest one is like Ownermancy and Renfree. Renfree just because I don't like Renfree. I think Renfree Soldiers is good, but I don't like Renfree, so she's not in here. And we've got Ownermancy, which again, like I said, you can cut an Illusionist for. You can also cut probably Evil Eye and something else for that. Or you can cut Vilgefortz Renegade for. It's really good to have in the deck. And then one's Dead Man's Tongue. These both kind of fulfill the same thing, right? It gives you consistency. We only have the 2 Blightmakers and the Afan thinning, so we don't have the most thinning. But I kind of just want to run these cards, so we're going to go with it. Every deck doesn't have to have like 10 thinning or whatever, so we'll go with it. But you can put in that Ownermancy or the Dead Man's Tongue if you want. I think Ownermancy would be really nice to have in this deck, maybe instead of Illusionist, but I just feel like playing it for Illusionist today, so we're going to. Going up against Rain. This is the first rain deck I've seen this season, other than the one I played a while back. I don't think I made a video on it, though, because it didn't seem to do super well. We got Rioghan in here? We sure do. Alright, so that means we cannot lose round 1. Unfortunately, we drew 2 Mage Assassins and a Fawn. So, hopefully that's not a theme of this video. We do have Ramon into crossbow. And we can also just take... We can just renegade his Rioghan. I see no reason not to do that. So we're just gonna do it. And hopefully he doesn't have a strategy then. Curious what his plan is now. Got a counter. Now we don't have to worry about the Rioghan combo. So we can actually just kind of play normally.
The sea demands a price, and you shall pay it.
This doesn't give him good value. I'm wondering what we should go for. We don't have to try and win the round. Don't have to. Honestly, I think I'll thin with a Blightmaker here.
Good wine will come from here, not even compost.
I was kind of hoping he wouldn't go in that row, but 50-50. He's going to overload on these things. Interesting. So his long round is going to be good then. It is going to be good. I don't think we need a Rioghan, so I'm just going to play it here. It's not going to do us any actual good. There's no way he can take it back, so we're just going to get rid of him. Really engine overloading here, aren't we?
In the end,
We'll pass. We can't keep up in this round if he's got so many messengers.
this message
But
his eyes
we do have like Heat Wave and Invocation, so and we have our Peller, so we just want to draw one of those. And then hopefully stop drawing Mage Assassins and Afans, so they can stay in our deck. And the nice thing is, once we have armor from our soldiers, okay, good, we can make a bunch of Illusionists. That's always nice to have set up. And we got the Invocation. So we can Purify Defender. We can like take his guy turns it to Storm Fulmar if we want. We could take a Melusine. So this isn't too bad because he does not have the option of Rioghan. Thanks to our Vilgeforce Renegade. That lets us play the game differently, which is good. He's going to decrease something. It's a Ciri deck. Now that is interesting. That is interesting. Huh. That's very interesting. I would like to get rid of Ciri. We will probably use this Peller just to purify her. That's a pretty simple way to deal with it. We don't need to... We might have to Peller a Defender, but I don't know... He can't Fulmar us or Melusine us, so I'm not sure what he'd be hiding behind it. Auction, that's fine. We'll go with our Blightmaker here. Naturally.
Fine vintage it would have made.
Let's see if he plays a card. I'd be a little surprised if he did. Unless it's Golden Nekkar. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So in that case, we'll just throw down an Artfin Tortoise, I think. He's not running Knickers, it looks like. Alright, so we're going to spam out a lot of Mushy Truffles with this Crossbowman now. That will be our strategy. And we'll see how good it is. Drew a Fawn once again. Are we missing anything? We're missing like these three, which is a tad annoying. Actually, all the cards in our deck are better than, like, this tortoise, for example. Okay, now we got a card. Now we're talking. Let's open with a Nilfgaardian Knight.
Order will triumph. It must triumph.
Kind of want to play Illusionist before we start doing our crossbows. We don't have to, though. We can also boost her up a little bit, probably to 8, to dodge this decoction being replayed with Bride. And at 8 with the Siri deck, should be kind of hard to remove.
The sea demands a price, and you shall pay it.
Yennefer kills that, so we'll do that.
Yield now.
And we'll boost her up to 7. That should be pretty safe.
One born to hang will never drown.
So what we're going to do now... We're going to go with Ramon. Okay, here's the question. I'm not actually sure the ordering here. We deploy to spawn a copy, and then that would be this. It's spawn in play, so I think we get to finish playing this before the damage, but that would kill this. So this thing's pretty safe, annoyingly. So there's also the option of just Ramoning Elbow Armored Cavalry, or just Invocationing this. I think that's the safest option, is just Invocation it. But I kind of want to go with the Ramon approach. Yeah, this is the safest option, I think. We'll just Ramon, and we'll lock it. We have another lock, still have Invocation. We're losing out on points from our spamming of the crossbowman, which is annoying, but I'm not sure. I think we still unlock it. It's a blessing. We can kill this one with Yennefer Illusionist. Potentially kill. We can if we knock it down to a 3 with this, though, which we will do. We hit the spawn to do that. Hit the spawn to trigger her. I think we just lock again. Or you start playing this guy. He doesn't have any rain out. We'll just play this. He has to play rain still, and we've got armor, which could block the damage. There's the rain card. Well, that is unfortunate for him. I think it's time we did Illusionists. Go with our Mushy Truffle. Make Illusionist. We could also make Pike, but I think Illusionist is the play here. We'll get out a crossbow. We should have this pretty well in control at this point. Without Rioghan, there's the Golden Nekkar. We knew he's coming out with that. There's the Defender. We'll Invocation it. He's going to get another one of these, but again, he only has the rain on this one row. He's playing Knickers. Interesting. So we take this guy. And I guess we just boost this. Get our Afan out. Like I said, the armor is pretty good at stopping this rain damage. And a deck with armor is not a good matchup for rain, which is why when Onslaught's popular, I never play rain. But he does have some possibilities here, but I don't think he really has enough. We're going to lock again, I think. We might go for the double lock on Vrigif. We'll see. We can also go for the deploy on Vrigif here, and the Yennefer will kill something. I'd like to play the Illusionist first, though. Aha, there's a storm. Okay, then. So, yeah, we'll go with the second lock here. Just keep him locked. Like I said, we do have the Vrigif option to do 2 more locks, which is going to be pretty funny. That's what we're about to do.
Sends blessings. Repay her with reverence.
You will pay for this.
That is a lot of locks. Which is handy. Very handy. Magic Compass. For Fukusha, probably. Right? He might try and combi us. No, he won't combi us. He's too far down. Nope. We got memed on the other day with combi, I think. Maybe not. I don't remember. People always try and get us with combi on this. It's good if you're ahead, but this is not the situation, I think, where he wants it. It's probably for Fukusha and more rain. It's going to be for Falmar. That's interesting. Not bad, but interesting. It does make sense with what he's doing. I will spawn another guy here. And we'll just hold off on this, I guess. He's gonna give us Storm again, but none of these are, they're all locked. So we'll do a bit of damage though, so that's good value. If he's running something like Dagger, we could be in trouble. He's still getting a lot of points, so he still has a chance to win this. Potentially. Although he can't do any more rain damage, so we'll do this. And we'll do this. He needs 19. Well, he needs 20. Don't think he's got it. He's running Siri Nova, remember? Golden Nekkar. He's played those both. That is Rioghan, which we took in the beginning of the game with that Vilgefortz. I don't think he really has a card that can do it here. I'm super amused by this lock, by the way. We used to use Regif, we used the Cavalries, we used Ramon. Lock, 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 lock. Shut everything down, and Vilgefortz stole his Rioghan in the beginning of the game, so we were allowed to play however we wanted, not his long round, avoid at all cost strategy. Alright, so this will be a good game once he decides to play his last card. We're just holding off on that. And we'll go into the next one. Alright, just play your card, dude. Or don't. That's fine, too. It was Arcane Tome, so it was a 0-point card. Looks like we're facing Knights, which is a deck we really should do pretty well against. But it's going to depend on exactly how this goes. Alright, we've got our Ivar Evil Eye is really a card we're looking for. These two locks will be nice for sure, though. We got Bondeds here. We are going first, so we could go with a Pike. Like, just go Pike with Bonded instead of counting on the Nilfgaardian Knight. So I think we'll put this back. Illusionist is good. We're not going to redraw that. Do we want two locks? If we have Collar, we just need the one, I think. Let's just open with Ardfen Tortoise. Hopefully he plays melee, so we don't have to worry about Pikeman getting bonded. Just in case he has lock or something. Or his Erendite kills one. He's gonna play a little slow on us, that's fine. Let's go with the Pikeman here. He's gonna play around it, but it's not the end of the world. We do have the bonded, so should be okay. Curious to see what he's going to open with. There's Ehorax. That's annoying. We lose Ramon, but we still have our Yennefer. There's his Defender. We're just going to remove that. Not worry about it. And it's nice to have our own Defender, because he, in fact, is a soldier. Dawnmere of Troy. So that combos pretty well with our deck. If he just opens with Scenario here, that's going to be bad, but I don't know if he wants to push that this hard. We don't actually have an answer to it if he does, but we'll take his Ownermancy, probably with our Vilgefortz Renegade. I would not mind doing that. Lady of the Lake.
Art thou worthy?
Into Amphibious Assault. We can Amphibious Assault Donmir of Troy. So that's going to get... He has to have a Purify, otherwise he wouldn't be doing this. We will go Vilgefortz Renegade here. And we'll take the Ownermancy, I guess. Amphibious Assault's probably worse. We'll take this, and we'll put in a crossbow, I think. Now, Amphibious Assault's probably a little better for him, but the Ownermancy is what gets him his scenario, and I'd like the Ownermancy to give us Heat Wave if he has the scenario. And it doesn't have Doomed yet, so we've got 2 uses out of this thing. See, there's it goes for Purify. He's going to get some value here, but like I said, though, we have another lock from Elbow Armored Cavalry. I kind of doubt he has 2 Pellers in his hand. We want to keep up this pressure, by the way. Just deal with his Erendite preemptively to make it small. But the fact that he equiraxed us for Donmir of Troy means either he's not running any high cards, because there's a lot of provisions for Amphibious Assault, the scenario, and what's it called? The Ownermancy. Either that or he just has all the cards in his hand. We'll play the second guy here. He's going to do this for carryover, probably. Either that or play his bonded guy. Not the bonded, the resilience guy. This exposed isn't going to do any damage to us because we've got armor. Well, it hits Vilgefortz, but it's fine. I'd rather prevent him from getting engines. I think we're going to pass next turn. Well, I figured he was going to pass too, but if he didn't, I think we would have continued. We have a nice setup here. Vilgefortz got us an Ownermancy, which is handy. We've got our Yennefer. We can get crossbows out of here. Get a Donmir of Troy right away. Now, here's a Mushy Truffle. If we can get a Vrigif here, or Heat Wave, that'd be really good. There's Heat Wave. So that means we could consider pressuring him. Because we can protect our Yennefer with this. We've got Spawn, Spawn, potentially Spawn. This seems good. Play Donmir. If we play a scenario, we Heat Wave it, and then we just start Yennefering him. I want to pressure here because he's running Erendite, and I think it's at 0 still. So that's a dead card for him. And the other thing is, we don't have many good cards left in our deck. We've got the Vrigif potentially, which we're going to play this round, I think. And then we've got Evil Eye. But everything else is like, we've got these thinning cards, so it's not going to get much better. Okay, we'll Heat Wave that right away. And we'll see what else we can get out of him here. Because he doesn't have that much either, right? This is expensive. Eworax is expensive. Ownermancy, Amphibious Assault are expensive. It's all expensive. Go with the Yennefer Illusionist here. Zap that. Harder to get his Grace. Then we've got this Vrigif. We're gonna get crossbows, right? This is a soldier as well. This wouldn't be bad. I think we'll get Redanian Knights. Redanian Knights might be better. +1 a turn for sure. And the first one at least, well, the first one at least will do this because we lose less power on it than the crossbow, I think. Although we'll trigger this thing's deploy. That's a good question. Reynard's here. It's our last time to play Evil Eye, so we're not going to. Go Mushy Truffle. The thing is, we'd have to play the Solutionist ranged. Play much truffle here. We'll go. We'll do pikes as well. We're gonna do Illusionist. Zap. And then we will get out on the crossbow. He had a chance to ping that, but he didn't. This is good carrier. We have the Ownermancy, which we'll probably use. Probably get our Vrigif. We do have an 11-point leader still. Mad charge. Do you want to do something about that? Don't really have anything we could do about it. And once he gets these shields out, it's actually going to be really annoying if we ping those.
Have you ever laid eyes on a deception of such?
Just keep getting stuff from him. These shields are going to be really problematic, honestly. So, we might not play the Vrigif here.
Long live the king!
We'll see. This Grace is going to be really annoying. We ping those, he loses stuff, which is annoying. That's what I'm thinking. I do think we want to own Ownermancy. I think we might just go for a lock, honestly. I think we'll go for the lock guy. Oh, he's a soldier. This is not a good idea. We're gonna lock this. We don't want him using it. We didn't hit him. And then, do we want to thin here? I think we do. There's our Fawn.
The continent will quake beneath.
Do we want to use our order here? I think we do. It's going to be kind of hard to get those 3 units next round. And his Erendite's really bad. So if he's holding Erendite, I think he loses. We can deny this. We really wanted to lock because it denied points here, but if there's the... I think that if this is Erendite, the game is over. Pretty sure.
Arming sword, bastard sword.
Could be a knight. If it's the carryover knight, then we messed up, but we'll see what it is. It's a squirrel. Does he have to lead it? No, yeah, he has to. Doesn't have to lead it because it's 3. It's really counting on this being the Erendite. Looks like we overcommitted then. So that's unfortunate. Maiden Shield's too big then. Look, this is good. Rioghan, on the other hand, not great. We can work with this, maybe. Maiden Shield will be a problem. These are our best tempo cards. We've already placed for 8. I really thought he had an Erendite there. Of course, with this short round, these should be good tempo, just Maiden Shield's scary. We have the option to 50-50 zap it, though. When he gets the 2 power 1 out, before it gets boosted by 3. So, like I said, he's going to grace this, and we got 50-50 to kill it. If we don't kill it, it's really bad. If we do kill it, it's really good, so... This is the game comes down to a coin flip here. Love to see it. Well, we won the coin flip. He still has some value on his leader, so we used ours last round. I really thought he's holding an Erendite. Who knows, he might still be holding an Erendite. Maybe you don't run it. I don't see why you wouldn't if you're already playing Lady of the Lake and Ownermancy and such, though. Alright, that we can just kind of kill. with Ivar Evil Eye, which is probably just worth it. Let's kill it.
That's the trick.
Let's see what his last card is. Okay, it's the Shield Lady.
Feeling a bit of deja vu.
This doesn't trigger Grace, so he just gets 4, and we win with this Blightmaker. So this is a GG here,
Defeat them with hunger.
because we got a
Crush
coin flip
them
right.
with thirst.
I sense strong magic.
So Overwhelming Hunger, this could be Sir Scratch-a-Lot. If it is, I mean, we have Vilgefortz, but he's not in our hand. We'd like our Peller, if it is, because we just have the Invocation right now. We do have a lock, which is nice. We'll put this back, I think. There's Vilgefortz. Alright, let's see what we can do. First things first is we're going to Blightmaker.
Defeat them with hunger. Crush them with thirst.
We're not going to have a good time to do it later. You know we miss out on that 2 damage. It's probably going to be Cave Troll here. Oh, it's Vrand Warrior. Alright, now we're talking about something interesting. Alright, a unit is destroyed during your turn. Now we do have Collar. I think we'll do. I think let's do our second Playmaker. Vrand Warrior. This might be full Deathwish, which would be interesting. There's Detlef. Is he gonna want to do that again with Arrakis Queen? I think we want to remove this so he can't Arrakis Queen it. It doesn't feel good, but I think it's the right choice. There's our Rat Fiend coming in. Hit that guy with a lock, probably. Don't have to do it with a lock. I probably want to, though. He's pressuring with quite a bit of tempo, in all honesty, here. This is the turn where it's kind of scary to play a card, because he gets +4, and then he's going to consume, so it's kind of scary. I think we'll play the crossbow, though. There's the Arrakis Queen. That's not too bad. He's gonna leader it. Okay, so we knew that was coming. Could just go with Ramon or something. I want to take his Arrakis Queen with our Vilgefortz, though. Take the Arrakis Queen. We'll give him a Illusionist. It's not great to give him, but his Arrakis Queen's gone for the Witch's Sabbath deck. This can't be anything else. Now we might lose on even or something. Probably will lose on even because I'm just going to pass. But it's okay. We have a Heat Wave. We need to draw Peller, though, in case he's running Cave Troll. Peller is really a card we're looking for. We do want another Illusionist or a Bronze Soldier just for Ramon. We actually have this combo ourselves. Arrakis Queen, Detlef. That's interesting. This hand's good. We've got the combo of ourselves. Okay, we'll just Heatwave that. Then we go Detlef, Insect Queen, Arrakis Queen. Just do this. We'll play our Detlef here. Then we'll trigger it with this. Should be pretty good. Actually, that will be pretty good. I wonder if this gets double... I wonder if this has double things inside it if we consume another card. Gonna be honest, I have no idea. Let's do some experimenting. We'll play this. We'll consume Detlef. And do we have 2 units inside now? We do. Huh. Who knew? Who knew? It's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. I mean, we can use the drones to kind of block some of this frost damage. And then I think we can go Mushy Truffle or Yennefer. Problem with Yennefer is we don't want to kill this Harpy Egg, so we'll just Mushy Truffle, I suppose. And we will get out Vran Warrior. Because these are all going to die during our turn. Okay, now we can play Yennefer pretty easily. And is that what we want to do? She is a good short round card. I'll just go for a second Illusionist. Kind of like the second Illusionist, but then we don't. Then Ramon gets bad, right? Because we have other bronze soldiers to use with the Ramon. Let's go. Let's go. This is. We can always lead her. This should be safe. What do we want to get here? We want our Vran Warrior. Why not? Why not? Here's a Solano Harpy. I guess we play Yennefer. Would have liked to hold on to her. Do we use leader charges here? We're up 14. I don't think we have to. I think we just leave everything like this. I'm so amused this has 2 units inside it. I wonder if there's some way to make a scam deck with that. You have to replay it. Curious. Very curious about it now. Okay, we got some good targets for Ramon. We also have other good cards in our deck. We do not want to draw a Fawn. So I think we'll put back this. Ooh, Peller. Peller's not great, but I don't want to draw a Fawn, so we're going to keep this. We go first. Well, I think we just go Ramon. We want crossbow or pike? We want pike. You might have Maruna and stuff like that, which would be annoying. Hopefully we can get this Mushy Truffle out next turn before we can Deathwish them. Couple cards there. So we go pike here. He can't trigger our Maruna, so we're not going to do anything yet because we don't want to get Ignied. Double consume. Does snipe one of our guys. We could have avoided that.
We go where the Empire has not yet reached.
So a Fawn is a 5. We'll go boost, boost, and boost. Get a Fawn.
The continent will quake beneath
Fog hits the
Nilfgaard
lowest,
Imperial.
so we'll just do this. And we'll boost these guys up. Got 29. Not consume. It's not great. Armor there. Throw down our Peller. And we'll see what his last card. It's like Igni we're gonna lose, but what are we gonna like I always say, what are you gonna do about Igni and Yurden? If they have it, they have it. But there's the Harpy, and we are gonna get a GG here. Going up against Frost. Now, we've had a lot of success so far. And Vilgefortz has proven his worth. Vilgefortz Renegade has done quite well. Not against Frost, though. Like, we can block armor damage. We are going first. Tortoise is really not good in this matchup. These things are pretty nice. Probably don't need 2, though, because we have Collar. That's an unfortunate draw, but it's bound to happen when you're drawing so much.
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
I want to get armor going as soon as possible to block frost damage, stuff like that. We could potentially use a lot of Yennefer in this round. We could also just kill that if we want with Collar. It's a really bad card for our Illusionist, though, so I think we're just going to lock it. There's a Foglet. That we definitely want to kill, but I'm not sure how we do it. Realistically, we probably have to Invocation it. We could play Yennefer now. He should have a rather difficult time killing her.
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
5. We'll boost her again here. The reason I really like Yennefer here is because the thing these decks like to do with White Frost is win round 1. And if we can stop him from winning round 1, we don't have to worry about his huge tempo as much. I'm just curious how we can get some... I think we want a Vilgefortz. Although Vilgefortz isn't in our hand, I'd really like to Vilgefortz Ardgate to make a bunch of these Ancient Foglets, because it would be pretty funny. But realistically, that's probably not going to happen, because we don't have it, and he's going to play his Ardgate now. That is a little bit unfortunate here. Do we want to Mushy Truffle a Pikeman? That's the question. The Musty Truffle Pikeman does kill this Winter Queen, so I think we do. It's not going to hit anything itself, but the Illusionist is pretty bad too. Maybe Illusionist was better. Another one's really great. Illusionist would have been better. Go with our Blightmaker. He also spawns something for our Yennefer. And he GG's. Without the round 1 and 2 tempo, I guess he just doesn't have enough. A little preemptive if you ask me, though. Going up against Knights. Knights should be a good matchup for us. Like, this is one of the things I had in mind when I made the deck. Let's see if we can't take this guy out. Now, we have Vilgefortz. So, are we going first? We are going first. We definitely don't want that. We don't want that. That's been a theme of this video. We keep redrawing these guys. Although, to be fair, we had some really good draws as well. So, I won't complain. It's just, every time they show up, it feels a little bit bad. This hand, though, does not feel bad at all. We are missing Heatwave. That is a key thing. If he wants to open scenario round 1, we don't have an answer to that. We'll put back Pike then. No, Pike's pretty good to put in his graveyard. I will just keep it. The Peller is really nice in case he opens Defender. We'll see. As far as our own opening here, probably just going to go with the Blightmaker. Although we could use Yennefer this round. Got Yennefer, we can spawn how many units? 1, 2, 3? Or we can just hold off on those cards and just play... Yeah, I'll just play Blightmaker.
Defeat them with hunger, crush them with thirst.
I want him to play melee so we can get Pike value. There's Windhelm. Now we don't have a lock, which is irritating. But we can do some other stuff, like play this crossbow, then collar it.
We go where the Empire has not yet reached.
We won't collar it, I don't think. He has to boost it. He might mad charge it. Yeah. But then again, we do have an invocation here, which we can throw down this round. And Windhelm's not a bad card to take. Because it's unlikely he's going to have a good way to get... Well, he's going to have the shield remove lady, but that's fine. We can always boost it with our leader and get the grace.
Longsword, backsword, arming sword, bastard sword.
We can Vilgefortz here, but I don't really want a mad charge. We could Vilgefortz and set up the pike. I think we'll play the crossbow.
Dwarves. What are they without their armor?
He's going to want to click this for carryover, but he also might pass. There's definitely better cards to take than Windhelm, but we can't let him have that going up every turn. Oh, he's going to play Knighthood. We do have the Peller. We're going to hopefully last say the Peller. Hopefully. I don't want to play Ramon, so we are going to play the Pikeman, I think. He might just pass, honestly, in which case we should have played the Peller. He is going to pass. It's okay. We can use the Peller to get rid of the lock or something. I think we just open this round with Yennefer. But we need to draw Heatwave. Otherwise, that's not a good idea, actually. We can force out the scenario and then go to round 3, maybe. There's a couple options here. No Heatwave, which is annoying. Still play Yennefer, I think. Give her a little boost. Make it harder for him to trigger that Grace. He's gonna Heatwave her. That's interesting. We can kill this. Well, actually, no, because that one boost, we can't kill it. Not being able to kill it is very, very annoying. I thought we could get it with Blightmaker, but we can't. Play Windhelm, I suppose. We might want to pass coming up. Let's just play Blightmaker. I think we're going to want to pass, actually. The problem with passing is we actually need our Heatwave if we're going to pass. We can't pass without it. Once this triggers the Grace, we can purify it.
We shall never surrender.
If he just removes the shield, we can double leader it and reapply it. Pull our Fawn out for some tempo. If he locks it, the Peller's not ideal because we remove our shield. I think we'll just play this guy.
Notice. All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
Help him trigger that a little faster so we can play our Peller before we pass.
Long live, etc. Living souls in your wake should ne'er deign what you seek.
We're playing a dangerous game here about the round 3 because if we don't get Heatwave, we do lose. So I really just would prefer to bleed it out.
Lady, I shall be with you shortly.
But then again, he's getting plus 1, 2, 3 a turn. This is our last turn to pass where he has to play a card. We just have to draw the Heatwave. Not a great situation. Probably not going to get it, honestly. It'll be a fair chance, but like, you know, sometimes you get a feeling, oh, we do get it. We have a bronze soldier for Ramon. How many more are in our deck if we redraw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's so many. The only way this goes bad is if this goes into Vrygriff and then we draw a Fawn. I really... Okay. Okay, I was like, that's such a low chance of the exact combination happening. Slating the Lake, Amphibious Assault, or Onermancy into Scenario. We do have the Heat Wave. The nice thing here is we do have the option of... Okay, Vilgefortz won't be amazing right here, but if we don't have a good Evar target, we could use Onermancy to get Vrygriff. That's our best... That's what we have going for us here. If we don't need the Evar.
My liege.
We're going to make the Pike here for sure.
History shall remember the art of peace.
Actually, now that we've made the Pike, we can put it back with, we can put it into his graveyard Vilgefortz and get Onermancy. Let's see if we can Evar something. Oh, please trigger the Grace. Trigger it again. Again. Hover. You want to play it again. Look, you've got enough. You got enough? Oh, yes. There we go. This is our last turn to Evar, so pretty glad he did that. So that's nice. Now, he still has a lot of value here. And we can also get Heat Wave from our Vilgefortz. So what I think we want to do... Can we make this Knight Errant? It'd be a 1. We could make Knight Errant work with Illusionist, probably. It's probably the best choice then. There's a Windhelm. He's going to duel us with a really big number. That's annoying. But do we think he's running Reset Order guy? Probably not. I don't think so. I think you would have Selkirk too then, maybe. So I think we want to do is go Mushy Truffle. Make the Illusionist. Go spawn on his right, so we go Knight Errant. Let me boost this guy. Let's get our Fawn out. Oh, we're supposed to boost the guys next to him. You can do it Mushy Truffle, but not the smartest thing. Do we want to give him... I think we want a Vilgefortz. I think we may have made a mistake here. I think we wanted 2 Illusionists for free gift. Maybe. Is Vrygriff or Heatwave going to be better here? It's kind of hard to tell. I think we go Vilgefortz. And I think we want... I'll take the Heat Wave. It's hard to say which one we're going to want, really. But I feel like this is a safe choice. GG. I guess it doesn't matter, since he just had bronzes left. But it made me think. Alright, so what do I think about this deck? I really like soldiers. I think they're a fun and pretty, well, I wouldn't say straightforward. Like, they feel like a wholesome deck. Like, people just play good old-fashioned soldiers. And I like that. Now, as far as this deck in particular, the only thing that's somewhat lacking is a little bit consistency. But that's not terrible, right? We have 2 Blight Makers and the Afan. But Afan I tend to hold off on to like a tempo play. But you can certainly pressure round 1 and 2 with him. So he's not like a really thinning card in this. He can be, but he's not always. So Dead Man Tongue is a good card in here, and Onermancy's good. I do quite like Yennefer Illusionist. I think she fits well, but you need a good hand for her, so maybe you do want the Odormancy somewhere. It's hard to say. Ivar Evil Eye, I quite like against knights in particular, and they're very common, so I like having him in here. Even though usually you don't see him, I like him, and I think he's pretty good. The other thing here is the Vilgefortz Renegade. Since everyone is running hyper consistent decks, if you look at the decks what we played today, we played like knights, they have Amphibious Assault and Onomancy and Lady in the Lake a lot of the time. That's some real consistency there. And against the other decks we played, they had like Royal Decree, Onomancy, Heatwave. You can get some really good stuff off of Vilgefortz Renegade, other than just setting up your own guys. If you get them, a lot of times you can take take an Onomancy from them and get your consistency that way, which is really funny to do, and it's really good. So I found that in a lot of games, I end up just taking an Onomancy with this thing, because they open with something, and that makes Vilgefortz Renegade really good. If you get an Onomancy, and they don't get the Echo, and then you get a free Onomancy, and it sets up your, what's it called? The Illusionist, it's really good. So I do like that, and it's helpful. I just wish there was a little more consistency in here. It's kind of hard to fit it. I think ideally you probably want to cut Yennefer Illusionist, and then this Nilfgaardian Knight to fit a 4 and an Onomancy, I think might be best. You can always, by the way, like I said in the beginning, you could run this as a Renfrey deck. There's only Invocation, Heatwave, and Truffle. You can easily run this as a Renfrey deck. I just am not over Renfrey annoying me yet, so that's not going to happen. But you can. So I think you can do that. Cut this and Illusionist for a 4. Get Onomancy and the 4. As far as the 4s, there's some decent ones. You can always go with a lock here. You can go with a Spores. You can go with a Squirrel. Squirrel's probably the one I would pick to throw in here. Although having more soldiers, there's something to be said for that triggering your engines. It's up to you. They're all decent options. But I do like the deck. I like Yennefer Illusionist, but I think we could get rid of her. The other card to mention here is Triss. So Triss Meteor Shower. She's a neutral card, not a faction card. There she is. So her boost all is really nice if you've got high power cards. So say you're getting Ardfen Tauruses or say you're getting Nilfgaardian Knights off of your Illusionist. She becomes very good. She's also really good in general. More than you'd think, because if you look, most of the soldiers, like, you get like +2 or 3, which is pretty good. Well, she's better than you think, just because you get so many when you're playing Illusionists. You get the board filled up very quickly. You can play a Triss Meteor Shower. So that is good. It's just hard to fit everything you want in this deck. But I do like having the... Like I said, I really like having the Evil Eye, and then Heatwave and Invocation to deal with problematic stuff. And the Mushy Truffle and Ramon you kind of need if you're running Illusionists, unless you're running a Renfrey version. At least you the choices of Vilgefortz Renegade and Yennefer Illusionist to remove, to fit stuff in. You can do it. It's fine if you do. It's up to you. But I like it. Anyway, guys, I don't have much more to say about this deck. I like it. I think it's pretty good. Did we win every game today? Hold on a second. I don't remember. We might have won every game today, in which case this is pretty good. Anyway, that's nice. Yeah, this deck did pretty well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I do like playing soldiers. I have to admit, it's fun. I like soldiers. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.